We live in a world with many discriminations. One day we see a person who began to fight courageously for these things we feared and hesitated. We thought he is going to save the people, giving them a bright future. But unfortunately he is killed. We are going to see the top 10 great people in the history who were assassinated over hatred, jealousy and a stupid cause. Number 10. Yone Sandanski. Sandanski was a Bulgarian revolutionary recognized as a national hero in Bulgaria and North Macedonia. From 1892 to 1894 he was a soldier in the Bulgarian army. He took up arms on the side of Bulgaria during the Balkan Wars in 1912. But was eventually killed by the rivaling IMARO right-wing faction activists. Number 9. General Aung San. Aung San was a Burmese politician and revolutionary. He is considered as the father of the nation of modern-day Myanmar. He was responsible for bringing about Burma's independence from British rule, but he was assassinated 6 months before independence. Number 8. John Brown. John Brown was an American abolitionist. Brown advocated the use of armed insurrection to overthrow the institution of slavery in the United States. Brown emerged as a hero, a martyr, and ultimately, a harbinger of the end of slavery. Militant abolitionist John Brown is executed on charges of treason, murder and insurrection on 1859. Number 7. Malcolm X. Malcolm X was an American Muslim minister and human rights activist who was a popular figure during the civil rights movement. He is best known for his staunch and controversial black racial advocacy. He was killed by 21 gunshot wounds while he was about to speak in a crowd of 400 people. Number 6. Che Guevara. Che Guevara is the purest part of the Cuban Revolution. He is the symbol of the ideal of the revolution, he is the symbol of innovation. Guevarism is a theory of communist revolution and a military strategy of guerrilla warfare. While battling his band of guerrillas in Bolivia was killed by Bolivia Army. Number 5. John F. Kennedy. He was an American politician who served as the 35th President of the United States from January 1961. Multiple factors contributed to him becoming a great leader. He spoke out publicly against segregation during some of the last days of his presidency. Kennedy was shot as he rode in a motorcade, by a nightclub owner Lee Harvey. Number 4. Martin Luther King. Martin Luther King was an American Christian minister and activist who became the most visible spokesperson and leader in the civil rights movement from 1955. He was shot while standing on the balcony of the Lorraine Motel of Memphis City in the year 1968. Number 3. Abraham Lincoln. Lincoln is most famous for leading the country during the American Civil War. His leadership in the North helped the country to remain strong and defeat the South, keeping the country united. He also pushed for the freedom of all slaves throughout the nation. He was shot in the head from behind while he was watching a play at Ford's Theatre in Washington. Number 2. Gandhi. Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi was an Indian lawyer and the leader of India's non-violent independence movement against British rule. He also inspired all Indians to understand and learn resistance through non-violent civil disobedience. He was killed by Nathuram Godse, a Hindu extremist, in 1948. Number 1. Jesus. Jesus of Nazareth was a 1st-century Jewish preacher. He served the poor and needy, preached about being courageous to the people of Israel who were under the control of Romans. His doctrines were based on spirituality, but he was crucified by Romans as political causes of creating a rebellion. He was handed over by Jewish temple members to Roman rulers over jealousy of Jesus.